wait, Alex. You said you'd already had the last ride of the year. So welcome to me, Alex the liar, Hero Superbikes, whatever you want to call me, to what is possibly the last ride of the year. I am very, very, very tentative. It's cold, it's early, the roads are soaking wet, there's leaves everywhere. For some stupid reason I've chose to come the back roads. So I'm just being a nice little gentle guy. So I decided to come out on a ride, put the bike away yesterday, both the Fireblade, the SP1 and the CBR 600. So I've just finished getting my boy's bike ready for its MOT tomorrow, so nice clear day. Daughter's out dancing all day, wife's with her, teenage son won't get out of bed while it's light, so I thought I'll take advantage, behave myself and make a little video, because there's a few things I just want to say before the close of the year. First thing I want to say is a big thanks to Honda UK, who have just extended 25 free tickets for us to go to Motorcycle Live on Sunday the 19th of November. This is what you get for being a member of Honda Events and Rideouts, I suppose, the opportunity to do something like this. We will go into Motorcycle Live before the public get in that morning. We will meet the likes of Mr. McGuinness and the BSB riders for Honda, see all the new Honda bikes, see their race bikes. I can imagine we'll see McGuinness's TT bike, and then we will peruse the rest of the bike stands if we can get away from Honda, because there's just be so much there. I mean, last year we got nice little goodies, stickers, hats, bags, all this good stuff for being a member of the Honda Events and Rideouts group. So yeah, I'll be there. Come down. I think tickets for the day are like £23. Under 5s are free. 6 to 18-year-olds I think are half price. I think I've got that right. That's obviously advanced ticket sales on the door. I think it's a little bit more expensive, but you know, just book up now and come and join us. You'll see me walking around. Look out for the bald-headed git, filming every bike, avoiding everyone. My son's coming out with me, our first bike show together, and funnily enough now my dad's going to come up too, so 3 generations of bikers going to be perusing the bikes. And my youngest, and I'm going to say this with crossed fingers and my biggest fears aligned, but my youngest, who started riding February of this year, is the only one of those 3 generations that hasn't crashed this year. Obviously I crashed this, car pulled out of me, went over the handlebars, etc. And my dad crashed his CB 1000R on Tuesday of this week. He's okay, bike's got a few bits on it, but obviously he's battered up, resting on the sofa. He's being monitored at the moment to make sure he's all good. So not a nice thing to hear, not a nice text message to get, and then of course you got the worrying of finding out how bad things are, etc, etc. And that's my dad, who's 69 years old, 70 next June, still riding Hondas. He's to blame, it's his fault I'm doing this. It's his fault my son's doing it. I'll blame it on him. The two reasons I came on the SP1 today, I had every intention of going on the Fireblade, which I tidied up and put away, but stupid me, I haven't thought about trickle charging it yet, so went to start it, dead. But it's kind of what I would have wanted really, because like I say, and I've gone on and on about it. I've gone on and on. I'm looking to completely overhaul this. Well, I say overhaul, completely respray it. I do want the SP2 swing arm if anyone's got one sitting there doing nothing. They are ridiculously rare. This one's got a dink in it, so I would rather change it while I'm in there, while the bike's sitting up. And I've pretty much made my decision about the colour scheme I'm going to go for, and it's something that hasn't been mentioned yet, and I'll give you that clue. Not by me or not by anyone else. I was very, very tempted by the purple and pink Vimto colours of McGuinness, Dunlop, I believe, rode it in those colours at one point, and Mr. Toastland as well had it in those colours as well. It's a lovely looking bike, lovely looking colour scheme, but I don't know. The colour scheme I've chosen is much more well known, and it's always been a favourite of mine. So for those of you who don't know, I don't know where you're watching this, I started a group nearly 2 years ago now. The intention was to just have one meet, and it was to get every single Fireblade, every year of Fireblade together for the 30th anniversary of the Fireblades. So I did that, and I made another group called Retro Superbikes, and I launched my TikTok, Instagram, and a sort of professional Facebook account. And going off the Honda Events and Rideouts, or HERO, Hero, I thought, well, that's a good little tagline. That's, you know, something people will remember. People think, oh, who's he think he is? Think he's a hero, but he'll stick. So Hero Superbikes, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook was launched, and Retro Superbikes for all marks of bikes was launched, and we organised some events last year. So next year, I'm not sure, we'll do the Blade meet, we'll do the NC meet, and we'll probably set up an RC meet somewhere. I've not started looking into venues and things like that. I tend to leave those things to the start of the new year really. People start putting their calendars together, these, you know, locations such as Silverstone or the Triumph Visitor Experience. I'm very happy with them hosting us at the Fireblade for the Fireblade event this year, and everyone said, what, the Fireblade event at the Triumph Garage? Well, yeah, they were great hosts, and I am aware that another member set up a Repsol Fireblade meet, and it was hosted there too. So good venue. I can sing Triumph's praises there, and I suppose that's why they let us do it. So I'm sure we'll be back there at some point this year. And realistically, I spend a lot of time coming up to Boxhill. I know it's probably quite boring as a viewer to see me going there week in, week out, but it's very easy for me. I know it's going to be busy. There are other locations probably the same distance to me, but they're never as busy as Boxhill. They don't attract the same calibre of bike, I'm afraid. People are probably not going to be very happy about me saying that, but that's the truth. There's always photographers here, so a few days after you can have a look through Facebook pages and find a picture of you arriving or you're leaving or coming down the road. So I should really have an event here, but as it's south, in in Surrey, Dorking. You know, it's excluding a lot of people. I tend to try and have events in the Midlands, even if it's just meeting up at fuel stations in the Midlands and going for a ride to another event. I like the fact that someone can come from 2 hours away north to the Midlands, because I've got no problem going 2.5 hours north to the Midlands to meet up. I probably will have an event at Sammy Miller Motorcycle Museum at some point. Perhaps the RC event. I think they'd be very good with that. I think Sammy Miller would like that. It'd be good to get some exotic bikes down there that day and to get people coming. Probably do that around May, June time. Obviously, unfortunate car drivers took over Boxhill or Rikers today. Got a bit upset when all the bikers started turning up and blocking their cars in and they couldn't get out. Shame, innit? Mad, really. All those clapped out Fords doing burnouts, smoking their tyres everywhere. Not a single policeman to be seen. Any normal Sunday, they're everywhere, catching bikers going 1 mile an hour over the limit. Oh, your number plate's a little bit too small. Oh, no, it's a bit noisy. No, you just smoke your tyres in your 2-ton, overweight, underpowered bag of rusty shit. Slow Boys was a sarcastic name, obviously not. I just want to dedicate this video to Nigel Caldecott, top man. Spoke to him a few times. He did all our hero t-shirts and hoodies. I chucked him over the designs for the initial Honda Events and Rideouts meet, and he rushed one through for me to get it there, so I was wearing it on the day. Worked together quite a bit over the last year and a half or so, and to hear of his sudden passing, it's very, very sad. Rest in peace, Nige, mate. Thanks for everything you did. Thanks for everything you did for Hero. Ride in peace, brother. So let's sum up 2023, shall we? This beast for a start. This time last year I only had one bike. Now my garage has 4. Got the SP1, it weren't running, got it nice and cheap. Wrapped my brains over what was causing it to stop working. Pulled the immobiliser off because the fuel pump weren't priming. Still nothing. Had the little brainwave that The 954 Fireblade has exactly the same fitments for its tank, exactly the same fuel pump, etc. So I just literally chucked the tank off the blade onto this, started up straight away, got out, start riding it, start loving it, falling in love. Dickhead car driver pulls out, I go here over heels and smash myself up, hurt my back, physiotherapy. Bike's now a Cat S, no Cat N, non-structural. Still scratched up, replaced a few bits, spent an absolute fortune on little bits that should be cheap as chips, but because it's got the SP1, a bit like the word wedding, you attach the word wedding to things, the price is double. Attach the word SP1 and the price is double also. Be warned if you buy one. Then we had the RC meet shortly after the crash, halfway up the M1 with Stephen Walling. Gear linkage falls off of this. I've obviously not timed it well enough when I was taking the bike apart or putting it back together, however you want to look at it. Paraded Donington with two Honda NR 750s behind me while my gear linkage was cable tied on. Lovely bloke from the pits, I misplaced his name. Found me a bolt, got me home. Then we had the blade meet at Triumph. Awesome little ride. All the blades shooting past me, getting a nice bit of footage of each blade. NC meet. Brilliant. Alex Alexos, absolute legend. His workmanship is second to none. His workshop up in Bridgnorth. Played host to the meet. Great event. Lovely NCs there. And some other little delights, couple of RC30s, nice Motor SP6 GSX-R 1100 engine. Bought myself a CBR 600 track bike for pennies, thrashed it round Brands Hatch. Still not had a chance to look at what happened to it and what caused it to make it sound like a diesel. Limped that home, parked it up, I moved it yesterday but I haven't touched it since mechanically. Boy passed his CBT on his CBR 125. Had my work cut out to get it through its MOT. It's got its MOT tomorrow. Failed on Thursday last week on front brake hose just because it was a little bit perished, where the bike's been crashed so many times, not by him, by others. It's rubbed away in certain places. Nice braided hose on it yesterday. Get it all ready for the MOT tomorrow. My old man got back on a bike. Bought himself a CB1000R. The blade engine sort of Street Fighter looking thing with a single-sided swing arm. Unfortunately crashed it just a few days ago. He's alright. Gotta have a look at the bike when he's a little bit less bruised and battered, and get him back on the road. And I suppose the last big event will be the NEC on the 19th of November. Motorcycle Live. Honda invited us up. 25 of us. Before the doors open to the public, we'll go in. We'll meet some Honda legends like the legendary Mr. McGuinness, who must be getting sick of me now. Tempted to take my 954 rear cowl up there because his signature's come away. I didn't lacquer it well enough when I first had it done, so I might get him to do it again. Thank you very much for watching, people. Keep an eye out. This is not the last video of the year.